Next, Captain Tommy Maine, who is a fascinating character. And you see he has two flags here. And Captain Maine is our token Scot here, but he came with his family when he was 3 to the U.S. and eventually moved out here again as an engineer. He came to the Comstock Lode, which was in Nevada, a silver mining, in 1859, and he was managing these hydraulic mines for quite a while. In 1886, he went to Alaska as a consulting engineer, and by 1895, and this is interestingly not included in a lot of the histories about Maine, but was in, you can see he was famous enough to have an obituary in the New York Times. And what they mention about him is that he made a fortune in the Transvaal, which is near South Africa, and it was part of a famous raid that famously failed, and was a prisoner there until he was released. Now this is a picture of Jameson, who led that raid, and the others that were with him after they were captured and dragged off by the Afrikaners. So you can, I don't know if you really need to look at it, but the picture is interesting. So he went over there where there was gold mining, which is what everyone was fighting about, and was the engineer there, but participated in that raid, but still ended up with a fortune, although the raid was condemned by the English and everyone else. Everyone involved later was honored by the British, so I think they kind of liked it in the end. And so he did a lot of mining in a lot of places, but ended up back in Oakland, where he's here, and there was a large family that were involved in other things. And one of the sons married into a very wealthy family, so there was even more money concentrated. And their son fell in love. You see there, you can't see it very well, but that's a Nazi flag up there. And that's for Isolde, who came over as a nanny for this family from Germany, and had in 1956. So she was born just as the Germans started using the Nazi flag, and was stuck all through the war there. Came after the war when things were very hard in Germany, was a nanny and a cook, and then the son of this wealthy family fell in love with her. And they ran off, and the mother was incensed that he would waste himself on this. And there's actually articles about this where at one point the son had he had been disowned, and he posted a sign on his residence in a Berkeley apartment saying, "Please leave Isolde alone. She's very upset about this, and I can be found at this other place," because he had to move out of his nice digs. And he was working as a laborer for a while until he turned 21, and he wasn't under the control of his parents anymore. And then he married Isolde, and at 21 his trust kicked in, so they ended up doing quite well. So there's a real scandal that's involved here. It's a very interesting family. And now I'm